Hi, this is Mike from The World is Square, and today we are doing a little bit of a walkabout of Unearthed to show off some of the map areas. With me I have Matt, who is writing the dialogue for Unearthed, and he's also helped with the creative process.
Hello.
And we have Geoff, who doesn't know anything about the game, so he will be asking questions about stuff as we go through, and me and Matt will try to answer them the best we can.
I didn't agree to that. I don't want to ask questions, I just want to play a game.
It's not a game yet, it's just an empty game world.
We actually told Geoff that we were going out for ice cream, so this is quite the shock.
Let me just make sure
This
the
isn't
controller works here.
Rome.
So I'm gonna keep. Oh well, let's look at this. See that? we got the basic sprite, and that's Mitchell.
I thought these were pre-rendered. I didn't think if you change the sprites, this would change. But that's
no! Everything in this game that requires movement, like they didn't have like pre-rendered movie sequences. You couldn't do that, so that's why they don't make any damn
sense. The bus is in
sense.
a cave.
Because
The bus is going over water.
I read all the maps, and it's just telling sprites to go to certain places.
Like a bus over troubled waters.
Okay.
I like his green hat.
So we're gonna start the game. I'm just gonna blaze through this because it has no bearing on what we want to do today.
Just pick banana.
No, peanut.
This doesn't matter. There's no dialogue in
I
it
pick
yet.
banana, I win.
We'll call him Mitch. Now, this is one of the things that I'm not going to be able to change about this game. We can't call him Mitchell. It has to be Mitch. There's a hard cap on how many characters you can name a
Oh,
character.
okay.
Just like EarthBound.
Well, I like Mitch. It's like Mitch Hedberg.
Yeah, I'll take Mitch.
Well, I think what's going to happen is people in places of authority will call him Mitchell, and I'll just... Because you can write whatever you want once the dialogue starts. So people will call him Mitchell, but like on all the menus, it's going to be Mitch.
Well, it could be like his mom's calling him by his full name, like, Mitchell Theodore Johnson, you get your butt down here right now and eat breakfast.
Did we come up with his a last name for him?
No.
Was it Wallace?
We barely came up with first names.
Yeah, so all Mitchell sprites are done. And this is actually going to look really stupid now when we do the flyover. Because,
Oh, is that not pre-rendered either?
no, it's just its coordinates on the map.
Oh, can you change the coordinates?
Yeah, I can. I'm going to. I'm going to have to. It's just going to be flyovers of the main area.
And you can change the text, right?
Can we change the year 1990X to make it 1997?
No, it's
Can we
gonna-
date this
It's
in
going to be
97?
1980X.
It's set in the 80s, Geoff.
Oh, this is even better.
Because we want to do it before like there were a whole bunch of like modern looking computers and stuff. So like when you have robots and stuff, they don't look like the Honda robot. They can look like what people thought robots were going to look like in like the 70s and 80s.
It's going to be a lot like the movie War Games.
Nice. It's going to be a lot like the movie Weird Science.
Ghostbusters. Okay.
So this is Mitch's house. Actually, that's probably going to say the same. Yeah, so it's the same intro now too. Like you're in bed. I changed the beds and everything.
Oh, that's cool.
But
Oh, he even has a sleeping sprite.
yeah, the guy who did our sprites, his online name is EarthBrent, and he has done game sprites for a lot of his own projects, and he offered to help me out for mine. And I mean, like, look at this, it's amazing.
Yeah, I like the sprite he made. It looked really good.
Yeah,
That's
and
cool.
my favorite thing about it is the hardest thing to do about this sprite was the nose. And we decided to give him a little bit of a bigger nose. So when you go diagonally down, it really looks like it's a big schnoz.
Oh, I didn't get that before. That's amazing.
So I'll let you guys control in about 2 or 3 minutes. But first I'm just going to show off some of the beta test stuff because I think it's pretty neat. And it's good that you guys can't hear the sound right now because the music in this game has not been set yet. So it's basically just random
Oh,
stuff.
the top of that house doesn't work.
Oh, this is the beta house.
Okay.
I didn't put it in fully. I just took the smallest house there was, so it would take up the least amount of space.
Okay.
So the first thing we're going to do is, the sprite he has now is actually not the main PC sprite, it's Pajama Nest. I just changed it to this dude. So he doesn't have like climbing up and down sprites. So we're going to talk to this dude.
Hey, that's my handle.
Yep. So he's going to turn me into Mitchell, and you have to do screen transition before you can get the actual sprites on. Oh, and I didn't make it so that text box goes away. And he just teleports you away because I just picked a random teleport. So like, yay! So we're going to save here, and then we're going to go into this hut, and I'm just going to show you some of the beta features. So
Oh, this is the beta test.
This is the beta room right now. Each one of these holes leads to a different place in the game. I just save state, so I'll just jump down a couple. So this goes down to the mushroom place. And if we wanted to get like really late in the game, we could go down here. And without giving away too much.
Spoiler alert.
This is
Bigger mushroom place.
a bigger mushroom place. And it's actually the same mushroom plate, but this is how you get into this underground layer.
Well, that
Oh
worked.
no! Beta test team needed. So there's whenever you go on a flight of stairs, you have to set them to go up or down, and this one got set to up by accident.
Ha.
So actually, once I get all the sprites placed in the game, we're going to be doing an extensive beta test to catch stuff like that.
Oh, that's good. I don't want to end up in the air.
Yeah, and also in this room, which is not set yet, is that we have over here some more beta men. And these guys are eventually going to do
It's
stuff.
Phantom Nest. That's
Tess is
terrifying.
dead. That's scary.
So I just named them after people's internet names that helped on the project. These guys are going to like add characters to your party and set event flags and stuff. Geoff, do you know what an event flag is?
No.
Basically, when you're playing a game, you have these event flags, and what they are on and off switches. So you said, for example, on EarthBound, you say, okay, when this flag is set on, then it's nighttime and own it. And when it's set off, it's daytime and own it. So it's basically like there's a bunch of imagine a bunch of switches on a wall that say, okay, I've gotten Paula. It's daytime and own it. I've gotten to this plot point, and basically it changes stuff in the world if they're switched.
Like, I don't know. What wasn't the Tucson, or maybe I'm not up on my EarthBound, but the bridge, the tunnel is blocked
By ghosts. And after a certain point, actually, I don't think they ever go away, do they?
No, they do
No,
go
they
away
follow
after
you,
three.
but you have to get on the bus.
Yeah. So, but after you do 3, the ghosts disappear, and that'd be an event flag saying, okay, when event flag 37 is flicked, then the ghosts are no longer there. And that's one of the things we're gonna have to do with this game is every plot point needs an event flag, and a lot of dialogue loops need event flags too. Like, say I'm talking to Geoff, and the first time I talk to him, he's like, "Hey, who are you?" And then I flick an event flag to say I talked to him once already, and then after that, is a different dialogue. So he's like, "Hey, dude, I know you now." So what I'm gonna do now is I'll give this to Matt first. Because he kind of knows the area. And Geoff, you can just ask any questions you want, and I'll do a little bit of explanation.
Why does Matt suck at this game?
There's nothing to do in this game yet.
Why does this game
There's
suck?
nothing you can check. There's nothing you can check.
Okay.
You can go inside of doors. That is it.
I will just give a brief backdrop here. This is Glensboro in Wyomaha, which is a Midwestern American state.
No shit.
We wanted just like a fairly simple backdrop for Mitchell's life. He lives
growing weed.
I was looking at that too. No, it looks almost like spinach, I think, more
spinach,
so.
like it could be carrots that are growing underground. It could be anything. It's generic green things. They're actually the bushes from the Deep Darkness, recolored and put in dirt patches. But yeah, we wanted like a farm background, and it would turn out to work really nicely with the. I think this is the Tucson tile set. We just made it autumn, so it'd be harvest time, and it's a good way to have them kind of like isolated from a big city. You were already in this house.
Was I?
Yeah. Matt, keep walking to the right.
Okay.
This is actually one of my favorite areas of the game.
Oh, pumpkins!
Yeah, I made pumpkins.
Cool.
This is one of my favorite areas of the game just because what I wanted to do right off the bat is kind of have something familiar to the player. So this basically could be an area at EarthBound. Like, if you could make, well, what did they cap off at? 4-side? This could be 5-tin. I don't know. And it's just different enough, so it's not a big shock. Like, it's not just a retread of the original stuff, but I mean, like, it's so familiar. Keep walking to the right, Matt. We gotta get through a lot of areas.
Okay.
And this is actually almost directly taken from Tucson.
Yeah, I recognize this.
Yeah. Even I recognize
And
this.
I was going to change that, but I thought, it's kind of cool that you have some familiar elements in the first part of the game before everything goes all wonky later on.
Oh, a spooky cave.
So you go through the caves, and they kind of just act as stupid connection areas. And I felt bad for just like making caves connect everything. Then I realized in EarthBound, like every time there's a transition, you go through a cave, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
So-
that's true. They use a lot of caves and tunnels.
Now this area is going to be full of NPCs. It looks really blank right now.
Yeah, they're gonna have like mats where they're selling things and stuff.
Not here. This is going to be all the Chase's friends playing.
Oh, okay.
And there's going to be just some random PCs talking. Up north is the abandoned farm, but let's not go there yet.
So right.
Don't
So
go
right
there.
through that cave.
Old McCutcheon in the old abandoned farm. You don't want to go there.
I was trying to think of a funny name to pick.
There, McCutcheon.
McCutcheon.
My
Old man
input
McCutcheon.
in the game.
So you go down, and
Who says McCutcheon?
there's a little house here, and there's more patches.
It's a name.
McCutcheon?
Yeah.
I've never.
Oh, this is a palette switch I have to work on.
Oh, it's spooky in here.
Why don't they turn on the lights?
Well, like I said, I haven't beta tested a lot of stuff yet, and I'm gonna have to mess with some of the event flags to make sure like some areas are only like that when an event flag is on. Some of them are just weird like that. Anyways, this is where the market's gonna be. I think if you go north, yeah, all the stuff's here.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, there's like tables with croissants and other sellables.
And
and flowers.
Stop signs.
So Mitchell goes here and he kind of learns about how to play the game basically. There's a cave to the right, but it's going to be perpetually blocked by something, just so it doesn't look like this place is in the middle of nowhere, completely isolated. And yeah, so let's go back to the abandoned farm.
I'm just going to go to the end here, then loop back.
Yeah, so down there is the cave. It doesn't actually lead to anything right now.
Ah!
Yeah. No, it doesn't.
It's just painted on like in a Wile E. Coyote cartoon.
Yeah, and
Damn that Roadrunner.
I'll have some sort of like dude blocking that cave, like, oh no, you can't go by here because
event flag.
Yeah, that's where the rest of
There's
the
a
world
rock slide / police roadblock.
Get out of here, kid. Shouldn't you be in school?
So then we go back through Transition Cave, which is just normal caves from the original game. Actually, one of the problems I had with this is since this game takes place almost completely underground, is that it was really hard not to make the whole thing look repetitive, and I'm still afraid that it kind of does. But we'll see once we get to the underground areas. So yeah,
like
this is
Metroid.
This is kind of like
Metroid's whole thing is that it's in a cave.
Yeah, I think they did a
And
good
repetitive
job.
looking.
Anyways, this is the abandoned farm. I just added those kind of blotchy spots down, so it looks like the land has been well maintained. And if you go inside the hut, there's going to be there's a hole in it where you go down. And once in the game, there'll be like dialogue before you go down the hole and whatnot. But you can just climb down it now.
Mike, is it safe?
It's safe enough.
Onward. Oh, you just fall down.
Well, yeah, there'll be dialogue and stuff. So you go down a series of holes here. Because the idea is the farmer who owned that farmstead disappeared a long time ago. And it's never said outright, but it's insinuated that he went down this hole and then he disappeared.
Oh, Geoff, left or right?
It doesn't matter.
Left.
It really doesn't matter. They lead pretty much the same place. Really, this has two starting points to this area, and they both kind of end up the same way. I think the right way is a little easier.
Oh, look at him climb.
Yeah, and this guy who made the sprites, EarthBrent, he did climbing sprites. He did, when you're dead in this game, you get the halo and you turn into a ghost.
That's amazing.
Yeah, anyways, this area is basically vertical progression. It's kind of make it feel like you're going really far underground. And just so you know, all these areas are going to seem really short when we go through them. Because when you're in them in a real game, there's lots of enemies.
Well,
and,
there's
like,
the enemies
items.
and like...
You stop, you check your menu, you level up, you stop to check your stats.
Again.
Yeah.
Guys.
No, nothing's changed yet.
The science, though.
Nothing. And, yeah, but I mean, like, for now, it's just straight up walking.
And this area is going to have, like really common enemies in it, like raccoons and gophers and things.
Yeah, this would be like normal stuff you'd find in a cave, except that attacks you for some reason.
Well, everything attacks you in RPGs.
Well, I think the first Earthbound game, not Earthbound for Super Nintendo, but Mother for Nintendo was bad like that. It's like, oh shit, the lamp's attacking you.
It was a haunted lamp.
So you got down the right way the first time.
Where's the wrong way go?
It just dead ends and there'll be treasure chests there or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Then you get to the bottom here, and then when the game is finished, you'll see that there are tracks, like animal tracks that you've never seen before. The whole thing is, Geoff, I don't know if I told you, but your little brother falls down this hole and he gets lost. And all the way you're going down this descent, you see little animal footprints on the ground, and you're like, "Where's my brother?" And at the bottom, you find like a scrap of his t-shirt and these animal tracks, and you encounter this little monster thing that you've never seen before because it's like a surreal fantasy monster, and you're used to living like a normal farmland life. And the rest of the game is you trying to find out what happened to your brother.
Oh, magic tree.
It's kind of like Labyrinth. Instead of David Bowie, there's a different antagonist.
We should put David Bowie right here.
And these
like Mitchell, climb the magic tree.
This is the mana tree.
Climb the magic tree.
This
Mitchell.
is actually these areas. There's about 3 of them in the game, and I put them in when the player needs a rest, and there's no justification of like there being a town per se or someone to heal you. So they're just kind of like healing places.
I like the tree. Did you custom do that?
Yeah, I did. It's just it's one of the dead trees from, I think, Threed, and then I put little baubles on it.
Oh, that's cute.
I like the color palette.
Yeah, so you go through the sanctuary, and then...
I got... what else am I going to say? I like the way it looks. Shut up.
Oh, you know.
It reminded me of the He-Man thing where it's like, I like the color. I like the way it's cut.
I like the cut. I like the way... Was it Spider-Man?
It was like a college.
It was Spider-Man. And
yeah, it was
He-Man.
Spider-Man who said that.
No, it was He-Man.
It was Spider-Man.
No, it was
He-Man was talking about the cut on his vest. Spider-Man was talking to Mary Jane.
Yeah, this is off topic though.
This is off
Robots.
topic. Getting back. Oh, see, there's another glitch. I left a cave up there, probably for
I want
reference.
to get to the secret door.
This is the basic...
Oh, that's not good.
Okay.
Oh my god.
That's why we have to beta test. But, okay. This area is sort of like... so he goes down this cave. He's like, all right, this is weird, but nothing completely out of the ordinary.
Mike, is it okay to be in the goo?
Yeah, it's fine.
It's not like I'm not going to mutate.
So he comes to this area and he finds a lot of like broken robots and stuff. And this is mostly foreshadowing for later on in the game. Matt, please keep moving along.
Oh, sorry.
I should give Geoff the controller.
Oh.
Yes, do that.
I'm not going to do the beta testing by going into corners and crap.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's obviously a lot of bugs still. But, yeah, so he finds this area. He's still looking for his brother. And in this area, he finds, like, broken robots, weird stuff, obvious signs of somebody building down here, but he doesn't really think much of it right now. Because, A, he has no one to explain why to him anyways, and B, he's just kind of focused on...
the mission.
On the mission at hand. Yeah, this is actually one of my favorite areas. I think it turned out really nice.
Yeah, I liked it
this
too.
Is cool.
You know, this is one of the areas that
I like how these skulls have stepped up the game of
I think when we looked at it, when
that
it
door's
was
gonna
really
be blocked by
zoomed
a
out.
big robot. But sorry, go ahead.
I think when we looked at it when it was really zoomed out, we were like, oh, this doesn't look very good. But when you're walking through it, it looks really good.
Yeah, and I think it's because it's not that far away from the original game, and I think I try to keep close to the original game in style, but maybe just it's almost like a pastiche rather than a full-on remake of the game.
Well, I think the main problem you had when making this game is it's all caves, and there's only so many ways you can keep caves interesting.
This cave looks awesome.
So, Geoff, you went through the door with the skulls around it, which would be blocked by a monster. This is actually like an end of the game dungeon.
Oh, go back, go back.
Should I not be here?
Oh no, there's nothing down here that can kill you. It's actually, this is like the top part is like is like the top level of junkyard, and this is like where the really nasty stuff is. Like there's a lot more goop, and there's gonna be like killer monsters and whatnot.
I like the skulls. Nice added touch.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense because you're like the only.
Well, they could be
it could
dead
be,
morgues.
It could be anything that's come down here.
Dead humanoids, I guess. Anyways, you should probably go back up the way you came because there's no other exit to this area.
Well, that's good to know. Could keep going deeper.
That's as deep as you can go. That is the deepest point of this dungeon.
Way to go.
Congratulations, Geoff.
There's an achievement for that. We put Chivos in this game.
You get a medal.
You get a badge that everyone can see on Xbox Live.
You get marketplace points or something. I don't know. But no, not that way. Not that way.
No, I'm going this way. Oh no.
It's just a side room.
Way to go.
Like I know.
Let's give Geoff the controller.
That's not how Mike sounds.
My name's Mike.
That's better.
No, I like this area too. It's got a strong color scheme.
Yeah, and this was one of the first areas I did actually, and I think as a result I spent a lot of time on it, and I think it turned out pretty nice. It's got like this. I picked the color for the stone to be rusted as opposed to the pipes being rusted.
Just the pipes look cool.
Yeah, the pipes. I figured like I didn't want them to look rusted and them to be on a brown background for the stone, so I kind of went in the opposite
Yeah, I remember.
direction.
I think one of the first passes you did was like that. It just looked too samey.
It looks like if Bruce Wayne tried to do like a Fortress of Solitude with pipes.
And was radioactive.
And was radioactive. This way.
Also in this area, you find your robot buddy, which accompanies you. Go right. Don't go on the left. I don't want this to take like 3 hours, so I'll just kind of give you some poking and prodding.
All right.
Up. That will also be guarded by something, but nothing's in the game right now. So you get out of there. Oh,
what's happening?
This happened to me a lot when I played EarthBound 2. You go through a door, then the other door is not facing the same way.
well, yeah. I mean, like that's just the way the game's built. So this is a transitionary cave. Like a lot of the caves I made are just, I try to kind of make them Oh.
Oh no!
What happened?
No, I know exactly what happened. Nothing's going to work as a result. This is the deep darkness, but I turned it into like a big underground cave. But if you go into the deep darkness without the eagle eye,
Oh, how do you fix that?
oh, it's just an event flag. I must have forgot to toss it. Just walk to the right. Try not to die in the deep water.
Geoff, what did he just say?
Fine.
Well, this area is called the Boating Sea.
Yeah, it actually has this wicked ass blue palette, and I wish I could show you. But if you go to the left just for a sec, Geoff.
Don't die.
Left, Geoff. Left, down. I put all the Scaraba buildings in here.
Oh, okay.
You can go inside. You kind of see what the actual palette's going to look like. So if you look out those windows, that's the color it's kind of supposed to be.
That's cool.
Yeah. Maybe when you come out, it'll be fixed. I can't remember. Oh, no, you needed the eagle eye. And then, yeah, never mind. So I'll have to make one of the beta guys flick this for you or give you an item that does it.
I don't know. This looks pretty good.
I'll play this.
All the insides kind of look the same, though. Yeah, then you walk to the right, and we'll go up to the spires really quick. If you go northeast, there's going to be a ladder that goes up, and that takes you to, like... It's kind of like an RPG thing, where you go to a town, and it's like, you have to do this dungeon before you go any further.
We don't know where this dungeon came from, but you have to beat it.
Yeah, so I think the ladder's right there. Yeah, so climb up that ladder.
What is this?
I put these little spire things in the water just to add a little more flavor.
Get out of the water.
But climb up the ladder. Hopefully it works.
Up the ladder.
Quiet.
Scoochy, 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 scoochy.
Oh, yeah, it worked.
So,
Oh, wow.
That's my mistake. The ladder thing's a little off. So yeah, you get to these spires, and
This looks a little bit like Dallum.
yeah, this is my least favorite area actually. So you go in and there's little caves there, and you work your way to the top and you fight an enemy. But we're not going to go all the way up because it's kind of samey all the way up anyways.
Then where would you like me to go?
Go back down, and then we'll go down into the east, and that'll take you to... I gotta fix that.
Why is he doing that?
I just... Oh, and there goes my screen. Just one sec. Yeah, so keep going down, and we'll eventually get to a cave.
I like those little red bushes.
They're not actually red. They're green.
I like those little green bushes.
I might actually superimpose a shot of what this place actually looks like. Go in the cave, not beside the cave.
Shh. Quiet,
So
you.
after you get through that area, you have to traverse this area, and it's called Augur Pass, which means I believe to forget. And it's this long kind of like transitionary zone where you're going around these big pools of water, and there these in the water. There's going to be these little sea monkey guys, and they're going to give you advice. Because like at this point you're like, okay, you've done your first dungeon, you've done your first town. Oh, if it pauses like that, that's a music transition, but you can't hear it. And they're gonna give you advice on like more advanced stuff in the game. But mostly you're just gonna be fighting stuff throughout this area. These areas are actually pretty big, but I like them because they're big, but it's not open. You have some distinct pathways to go through.
This is the Mondo Mole Cave, right?
This is just a generic cave palette.
No, I mean this is what you based on that. I can recognize a lot of the elements.
Well, a lot of the elements just are cave. Like, there's only so many ways you can arrange your elements in this game. But yeah, I guess the Mondo Mave is the one. Mondo Mole is from Peaceful West Valley, right? When you go in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Whoa, it's green now.
Yeah, so this is another transitionary
Bigger
thing.
mushrooms, yo.
So those mushrooms, I took the ones from the Rambling Evil mushrooms because there's going to be enemies that plant themselves next to those ones, so you won't be able to tell if they're legit or not.
That's gonna piss a lot of people off.
And this is the creep. It's the big hub area of the game.
I made those mushrooms.
Matt and me made these mushrooms, and they actually work out really well. Now, there's a few different directions you can go from here.
Game's glitching hard.
It's not glitching. It's just
Doing something.
it's lagging a little bit. Probably because you touch yourself at night.
That's no real excuse.
Could it just be because there's a lot of assets on
A
screen?
lot
or
of
what?
things would cause
I don't know. I don't think it will lag
problems like
because of that. It could be because there's a lot of stuff on screen, but it seems to be okay now. Anyways, walk to the right and walk north, and you need to get to this central hub area. And
Ooh.
I took these Stonehenge rocks and I made them all mossy and stuff. Walk east. East.
You know,
East.
Geoff.
To your right. No,
I just want to annoy you. I want to see what's going on.
Okay, we'll go here now. As long as you promise not to go back again later. To the left. Sorry, north and then to the left. Top wise.
Geoff doesn't know his principal directions.
I'm going where I want to go.
This is going to be a mole encampment. Moles live underground and they like to help you. And
In both in the game and in real life.
yes. And basically, this is a little town. You don't get access to it until later in the game. And this is another dungeon over here. And don't actually go through this dungeon because that dungeon is just the mole dungeon from Earthbound when you go into the desert.
Oh, okay.
I thought it'd be nice to toss one of the dungeons from the original game in there. Just because it's like a little bit of a homage to it. And you actually go in there and you fight big evil moles on behalf of the small good moles. But yeah, then you're back in the creep. The creep's really big. I think it's the biggest area in the game. Maybe next to one of the bonus dungeons, which I'll get to later.
Ooh.
But yeah, you walk all the way right to the back to the center and then go east again. And then we'll get to another area, which I believe, yeah, it's this way.
Yeah, this is pretty massive.
Yeah, it's big, and I mean, like, it's gonna be full of stuff, and there's gonna be occasional enemies. Don't go up that way. Don't go up that way. Why can't you just follow instructions?
I don't remember what you said. I've been drinking. Shut up.
I am really sauced right now.
I like how you've memorized the entire layout of every map.
I made every
meticulously
layout.
put them together.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's possible. And, like, original Earthbound now, too, like, I can't play that game. I know where everything is.
Oh,
from
yeah,
back
I've
in
tried to. It's just like a checklist for me. Okay, like, go here. Okay, got that. Get the secret item. Beat this boss. Let's go.
So, this is Mulch. It's one of the big towns in the game. There's these little wimpy guys called Grella in here. I give them little porthole doors because I thought they were adorable. And they live in these little caves inside the big cave. I think that's one of the funniest things. I'm like, okay, so all these guys are going to live in caves, but they're technically inside a cave already.
Well, they
so
need
it's
their
just
own
caves within
caves.
caves.
Mike.
And yeah, you go into these rooms, and the perspective gets a little awkward sometimes.
Oh, that's clever.
Yeah. But yeah, and go right. Actually, no. Go back to the creep, the mushroom place. Because you go to this town and you get your mission, and you discover that this place's sister city has been invaded, and that your brother's probably been taken to that sister city. So you end up going there.
This is huge.
I know. I know, Geoff.
Incredibly immersive and huge.
Put that on the box.
Yeah.
Incredibly immersive and huge. 10 out of 10.
Game EGM.
Game.
I'm gonna have to bleep that out. Thank you.
Oh, right. I can't say his name or else people will stalk him.
Like who?
Donkey Fan 7. He has vendetta since we made
north.
fun of him in the
Go
second
north.
episode.
Go north.
We
North.
didn't make fun of him. I thought he was a cool dude.
I thought we made him up, but apparently he's stalking you now.
What's up? No,
Oh, you went the wrong up. Sorry. Go down.
Jesus, Geoff.
He told me
Ah,
to
I said his
go
name
up.
again.
That's Geoff. Matt? We're allowed to say that.
Oh, okay.
Up there. Sorry.
Matt.
Can I say?
Hugh.
Can I list your address and your fears?
Go left. This is the way.
That's really intense.
Sock puppets.
This is the way to the other town. And this one's
It's scary in here, Mike.
yeah, this town's economy is based around mining crystal.
It's based around spiders and spookiness.
It's based
It's
around
called
ghosts.
Gloomtown.
So the water here glows because it's basically
I like the way
crystal.
this place looks.
Yeah, I didn't want it to look evil, but I wanted to look dark. So I kind of went with a purple and like a neon kind of look to it. So it looks like it's good, but it's not.
It looks like you're
safe.
a kid playing with his markers, and it's like, yeah, this is a good idea to put these colors
No,
together.
it looks like you're a kid and your markers dried out, so you filled out the water with highlighter.
This world looks like a Yikes pencil.
So you go through this town and you find out that
I think that's the best way to describe it.
all those critters that you think abducted your brother, they've kidnapped all the people from this town too, and they've
Bastard.
Oh, don't
taken
step
them-
in the goo.
they've taken them to work in these mines, the crystal mines, and they've basically enslaved them, and your job is to kind of set them free. And that seems like a really big jump for you, because we just went through all the areas really quick, but...
Let's make Mitchell's last name Lincoln, because he frees the slaves.
No.
That is way too on the nose.
So anyways, every time you go by one of these crystal spires, there'll be these enslaved little Grell guys, and you're like, okay, I'll free you, but where's my brother? Okay, I'm freeing you now, where's my brother? And you eventually figure out that he's in the deepest part of this place, which you actually need to go up a ladder. There's basically 2 levels, and they're connected by ladders, and you go around freeing people. Oh, I gotta fix that too. Yeah, you go free people.
this where I came from? I can't remember.
Well, there's 2 levels. It'll be more obvious when there's NPCs. And eventually you realize that you have to go right and then north. North, right now. Yep. Which takes you to... Where does this take you? Yeah, this takes you to like the...
I like those crystals.
Excuse me. It takes you to basically the final areas of this dungeon.
What did you base those crystals on?
You know, in EarthBound, when you go in that... at the end of the game, after Magisant, you go in that watery place. Oh, that doesn't lead to anything yet.
Oh, the Sea of Eden?
Yeah, sorry, Geoff.
Glitch.
Yeah, that doesn't lead to anything yet. That's my apologies. So what we're going to do, since you're stuck here, basically you get down here, you fight a boss. I don't want to give away anything more from a plot perspective.
Okay.
But I'm going to load state, and you're going to give me the controller.
Good. My drink is getting not drank.
And to finish my thought, it's that area when you're in the water after Magisant, right before you fight the statue for the last time. You're in the water, and there's these spires coming out. And I just took those and recolored them and placed them in the other different tile set.
Let me just say that bowl cut on that guy is amazing.
That's just pickies. It was in the original game.
I know. I like it.
So crystal mines.
Because you used to have a bowl cut.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Never had a bowl cut.
Like an undercut mushroom.
So
I
basically...
never had an undercut mushroom thing.
I thought you did, didn't you, when you played soccer?
Guys, we're not here to talk about Geoff's hair. Anyways, this area...
Yeah, we are.
Just to show you, basically, after you finish Act 1, which was the crystal mine, everything up to the crystal mines, you go back to Mulch, and they tell you... I'm not going to talk a lot about the plot after this point, because there's a lot of spoilers. But you have to go through this area called Boulder Pass, and your main objective is to get to this town called... oh gosh. Sporagon?
Yeah, Sporagon.
Sporagon, which is...
The mushroom town.
Mushroom people. I'm like, who lives in the deepest part of the underworld? Mushroom people. And to get there, you have to go through Boulder Pass. And Boulder Pass is this big area, and it's still blocked off right now. But
Do you have to teach your Pokemon cut?
No, Rock Smash.
Rock Smash.
Smash.
Oh,
Stupid.
you can't cut through a boulder. You
I don't
noob.
remember that much.
We played Pokemon like 2 weeks ago.
We didn't use any of those things. We didn't get very far.
This
Because
area
you were
here
playing.
is
You
controlled.
were shut up.
This area is controlled by the Grell, and they protect this hole, and they don't let you down it until you deal with the problems over there. What?
I was just laughing how stupid Matt and I are.
Yes. So you go down this hole, and you get... I gotta fix those tiles. But anyways, you go down this hole, and you end up in another one of these areas. Because it's a recurring area.
You know what you need? You need an area where you run into Proto Man. You hear the
Just
whistle?
shows up.
Guys, not putting Proto Man in the game. Anyways, then you get to this area.
This, I think, is a really cool area.
This is awesome.
So originally, I was going to make this whole area pitch black.
Teach your Pokemon Flash.
No.
See?
And,
Got that right.
Have just small areas where you could see like this, but then it was frustrating because you're like, where am I supposed to go? Oh, no, I can't.
I can kind of see.
No,
you
you're
can.
supposed to.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like this. It's as dark as you can go without being black on like the color palette they have.
Okay.
And
You just have to adjust your TVs.
have just a television sets, and every so often you get one of these, and basically the whole point of this is you are kind of going connect the dots through this area. You kind of stumble around a little bit if you don't have a calibrated TV or whatever. And if you keep your eyes open, you'll find other caves and stuff, and there'll be like treasure in them.
I didn't even see that.
And
Yeah.
what we're going to do with this is a lot of the enemies in this area are just going to be the color of the background, so you won't be able to see them coming.
It's going to be like an old school RPG, which is random encounters.
Well, kind of. And then there's going to be other enemies that are like bioluminescent and whatnot.
That's a $2 word.
So eventually you get through this area.
No, at least 4.
You get through this area, and eventually you get to the end, and you actually, I think you go through this cave, and then you make it to this platform. And once you get to the platform, there's one of those, the mushroom people we talked about, and he's basically standing by it's very dramatic. I actually like this set piece here. He's kind of standing here, and you're like, okay, well, I have nowhere else to go. I have to talk to this mushroom guy. And he promises to take you to the mushroom town, but it's dangerous, so he wants to challenge you to make sure you're strong enough to handle yourself down there. So you fight him, and then he shows you the way down, which doesn't actually exist. He just kind of teleports you there.
We have to make sure that we don't accidentally call that place the Mushroom Kingdom. Because I can see us naming it that and being like, yeah, this is a perfect name for it.
There's no
This
actual
will
way
work.
down, so I have to just kind of take you down myself. I think it's this one. Nope.
Oh, spoilers.
We'll go in there in like 5 seconds.
Is it the red mushrooms?
I thought it was this one. Did I do this one already? Pew. Oh no, I picked the wrong one. So yeah, so then we're back in it's basically the same as before except with a purple palette. Which is kind of me being lazy and reusing one of the tile sets, but it's the mushroom town. I have to have mushrooms in it.
It makes sense.
They live underground in holes. So
You decided on holes, okay.
yeah, so they live underground in these little holes.
I was wondering what their houses were gonna look like.
No, it's almost like they have like a clan system where they
You know what this is like? This is like Forgotten Realms, the Dark Elves.
yeah,
they all
kind
have
of
houses.
Yeah, well, I mean, you have like 30, I think 10 to 15 mushroom guys in each of those holes.
10 to 15, really?
Maybe not that many. There's a lot of sprites. Maybe 5 to 10. Oh, I left those signs in there too. Bad Mike. But yeah, so you go through this mushroom town, and then you have to go to this other area. And I don't want to give away plot points, but you have to defeat some enemies and collect some treasure.
Spoilers.
And then
I like the purple mushroom.
this area is actually one of the is based on the volcano tile set, except I kept going with like the glowing water thing from the crystal mines, and it kind of all over the place. And
It looks like Super Mario 3 with the color palette.
yeah, it's kind of a little goofy, but I mean, like, I thought I was gonna make everything in like the deep parts of the underground really dark, but then that got kind of boring. So I thought, well, maybe like deep underground things aren't super dark; they're just like different, really weird.
We have to write an explanation for why it isn't pitch dark everywhere.
I think we're just gonna say like bioluminescent spores.
That works for me.
Yeah, I mean, like,
The Undersun.
yeah. Anyways, you go through this area, you go back to the town, you get help from the mushroom people, and then eventually you have to go to those critters that abducted your brother. Oh,
Do we?
Oh. yeah, actually, yeah, I got that right.
What's this place called again?
It's called the Pyre. This is where all
Yeah.
those critters live, and you basically go through these tubes, and they kind of take you
Oh yeah, the lava
up or
tubes.
down. So I'm basically going up and down these lava tubes. Yeah, we call them. And I thought that was kind of neat because then you can see where you're ending up.
There'll probably be like a mole or something around here with like, you can use lava tubes. Get up and down.
Do a barrel roll.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's kind of neat because it's a more interesting way to get up and down cliffs.
Yeah, I guess
And-
we're getting sick of ladders at this point.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't want to do ladders or ropes anymore.
You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of in Link to the Past, Death Mountain, when you in the Dark World.
Yeah. Yeah, and then, like, there are some ladders occasionally that lead from place to place. I haven't really explained how the nearly mindless monsters can build ladders.
They can build ladders. I mean, they can talk and stuff.
Yeah, I
Some
guess so.
evil person put them there to help the mindless evil.
Yeah, this was just, like, I didn't do a lot to this map. I don't think I changed anything. I just rearranged the elements of the volcano map in EarthBound. And I think one of the reasons it works is because it's the same, but it's just laid out completely differently. I really like the black background on this.
I like the glowing lava.
Yeah, so...
Lava looks badass.
So, yeah, eventually you need to get through here, and this leads to a bunker. And you're like, why is there a bunker here? But without giving away too much, there is an antagonist in this game.
A villainous villain.
A villainous villain, if you will, who is building stuff underground, and he is responsible for... Oh man, I gotta fix that too. He is responsible.
It's not supposed to go to a dead end?
What? No, it's just you can see the cave up top.
Oh, I was just like an elevator then?
Yeah, so you go to this panel and you go down the elevator, but I haven't made that yet. So you find out that someone's been orchestrating all these events underground and you don't know why yet. But I won't get into that. Instead, we will go into some areas, which are actually some of my favorite areas in Act 3. So Act 2, you find out someone's orchestrating these events and there's a big fight. I'm not going to say what happens because it's one of my favorite parts of the game. And then you end up in... Bunker... Oh man, it's going to bug me in the safe state. This one.
You should have labeled them a little more clearly.
Nope. Is it?
It's probably.
It's probably this one.
Yeah,
it's this one.
They're on
it's
top.
this one. Yeah. So then you eventually, after that, you end up on this different bunker.
Okay, I have to say, I like the color scheme for these. You tweaked it just enough so it looks fresh.
This looks so cool.
I think this might be the first bunker still, but it looks cool. So I'll walk around it some more.
What? So this is like originally what they used for.
Oh yeah. So this is the second bunker that you get to, and the second bunker says you can get to the surface, which you kind of wanted to do all along, because.
Oh my!
But then you find out like the surface world is this is not the same part of the surface that you're from. So you went underground and you came back up to the surface, but you're like in the middle of nowhere. And I made it like a salt flat.
Where they did like nuclear testing.
Where they
and
did
stuff.
like the evil guy's been orchestrating stuff. He's been testing weapons and stuff here. So it's like a salt flat that's been irradiated. So like you have to kind of cross it and find another way to get underground.
I think this is my favorite zone in the whole game. Just the way it looks, because there's nothing like this in EarthBrent.
Well, it's the desert.
No, it is, but there's nothing that uses a color scheme that this. That is this.
It looks like an
simplified.
old Game Boy, and that looks real. I like the perspective there.
I like this because it's real washed out.
Yeah.
And then oh shit, am I heat stroke?
You have an ATM card, don't worry.
Oh, I have sunstroke. I might die on the way. But yeah, then eventually you find yeah, I know. Mitch's condition is critical. He will collapse. And actually, we're taking out the sunstroke condition, and we're turning it into an irradiated condition. So, like, there's going to be things that, like... Oh, no.
Oh, that doesn't look like him.
The childhood version of you is dying.
You go down there, and you eventually end up at... so, that was a bunker. I guess it'd be this hole here. Oh, no. Maybe I don't have one. No, I have one. I did this. It's this one.
It's a mystery hole.
Yeah, so you end up at this set of caves, and this is cool too because I did the black background, and I set it up so basically like in the desert you get this item that basically a parachute, and you have to go down this set of like platforms that lead into darkness, and every time you make it to a place, there's these footsteps,
Ah, the footsteps finally show up.
and you jump off, and then you go down to another area. And the cool thing about this is on the whole way down, you find these notes by this explorer who found this entrance into this crazy underworld. And he was tracking his progress all the way down. So as you go down, you have all these notes about him talking about how he discovered this amazing way down. And you have all these paths you can go down too. So it's kind of neat. I like it. I think it works out really nicely.
The black background's really ominous in this.
Well, I only used black backgrounds in 2 or 3 areas. One of them was just because it was dark, that area with the glowing stalagmites. The other ones were just to be ominous. And then eventually you jump off here. Oh, man, how many layers did I make this?
This is massive and sprawling. Maybe
Yeah.
you accidentally set this to be like an infinite loop.
I don't think I did.
That would be hilarious. The game just ends here because there's no way to progress.
This is the last one. This is the last one. I made it really like you loop around and then jump down. And then you end up back in Boulder Pass.
No, you don't.
Except I didn't set the door yet.
Mike.
Actually, I wonder where the door goes. Oh, it doesn't exist. Oh, fuck.
This is a failure state of the game.
Help me.
You jump down the wrong
Help me,
ledge,
help me,
game
help
over.
me.
Literally stuck there now.
You end up back earlier in the game, and you get back to that town, and then there's some bonus dungeons, and I'll just blitz through them really quick since we're about 45 minutes anyways. So one of them...
Whoa, just calm down. Just show like 1 or 2 of the bonus dungeons.
Yeah, no, I'm going to. We're going to see them. One of them is this palette, except kind of a mazier dungeon. And there's going to be a lot of power.
Oh, this looks wicked.
Yeah, and this was in the original EarthBound. I didn't change anything about the actual tile set. But the fact that it actually sees a little more use other than the in-game dungeon is kind of neat. And it goes on for a while, and you kind of wander around, and I don't know why he's smiling. Because this is dangerous shit,
You think
Mitchell.
you could change that so he frowns in the appropriate situation?
No, because it's... Oh, maybe. No, actually, I don't think I could.
I like it. Like you thought about it, and it might be possible. Then you're like, no, that'd probably make me want to kill myself from the amount of work it would be.
No, it's just you only have so... Like, you have Ness in pajamas, you have normal Ness, and I think you can change him one other time. And I'm sure I could, like, find someone to hard-code it into the game, but man, that'd be hard.
So there's like Mitchell, then Mitchell in the pirate costume from the pirate subquest, and then there's Mitchell on fire, which is used quite often throughout this game. So yeah, you're right, we're booked.
So this... oh, wow, what happened?
Spoiler alert, by the way.
The other world looked like... did you guys ever play the game for PS2 ICO?
Ico, yeah.
You ever play that game?
No, I've seen it
The
though.
game was awesome.
I never had a PlayStation 2.
So this is a this area is another bonus dungeon, which is apparently a little... No, it's not glitchy. Some of the stairs got messed up. Yeah, they did. I think when I did the coil snake thing, some stuff got messed up. I tested this earlier and it was fine.
This place looks cool.
Yeah, well, this is from the original game too. It's just a big maze. And what else? Oh, I know what I forgot to do.
What did you forget to do?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
But
Secrets.
you already saw the
Super
mole
secret
dungeon, which was the
secrets.
other one. And I'll just do a quick
Secret
preview of
Eve.
the end area of the game, just the first part.
Whoa.
Because I'm really happy with
This
how it-
looks like it's out of Ninja Turtles.
It
Yeah.
does.
So there's I'm not gonna say a lot. There's a big end game dungeon and there's a sewer underneath it. And I took the sewer thing and I changed the colors and I made the barrels this kind of PVC blue.
I remember they were a different color before. They didn't look any good at all.
I did the rusted color, but it was the same problem as before, where it was like, okay, you got this faded rust color on top of brown, and it looks like crap. So I just did the contrast, the blue on the kind of orange, so it works nice.
No, I like this color palette too.
And
This works. I like this a lot.
yeah, and this is kind of good for the end of the game because it's kind of like when your dungeons get really mean.
I like the choice of colors, not the primary, but the secondary kind of looks like your browns, your like greens. I don't know. I just like the way it looks.
And I'm not actually, you know what? I gave it away on the blog, so I'll show some of the last area too.
Your oranges.
Oh wait, that's
Yeah, like
not
your
it. Where
teals.
is
It
it?
looks cool.
Did I not even make a hole to it?
It looks cool, Matt.
Teal is never cool.
Matt, you're not cool.
Maybe this is it.
Mike's getting flustered because all his doors look the same.
No, you know what it is? I haven't done the map editing in a while. I used to have all these memorized. Oh, I think it's one of these two. Oh yeah, I made this one
Whoa,
funny. You
that's
can make any
cool.
transition you want. I just picked that one. I'm
Make
gonna
the that
fast
goes
forward,
as
though.
slow as
Fast
possible.
forward.
Look how long that would have taken.
This is the Super Nintendo flashback area of the game. So I'm not going to give away, but you do a flashback sequence at some point. I'm like, how do you make a flashback sequence look old in a Super Nintendo game? And I was like, you make it look like it's a Nintendo game. And we have sprites for this already too. So
Is
like,
this like the supermarket or something?
no, this is
The mall?
I can't say what it is,
Okay.
but it's neat.
It's the hot dog factory.
No, but like in the game from Earthbound.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
no.
it's the boarding school from
It's a boarding
Earthbound.
school, except
Oh,
I just
okay.
basically like, okay, door with all this detailed shading, you're brown.
That was
Okay,
actually, it took a while for you to get that right. I remember because it's like you have to balance the amount of detail. So it doesn't look just like a stripped down Super Nintendo game that looks like a Nintendo game.
Can you go out the front doors, or is that giving stuff away?
I don't know where that goes.
No, can't leave.
No, because this is a flashback, so it's confined to this area. I didn't want to have to do outdoor maps in 8-bit.
It's a second entirely full version of the map, all stripped down and flashbacky.
I think I showed you pretty much every area that can be shown. Well, it depends on what this is. I can't remember what this is.
That's just the same thing as
So hold on, go back to that area. The
Yeah.
cave entrance there. It's different design. You see it, or like the side right there.
It's different. I'm actually not happy with the colors on that. Oh wait,
But the perspective of it, it's like different.
no, it's the same. The colors are just a little
I
Yeah,
dull.
it's
never-
just the shading looks different because the colors are different.
I've never seen that before in Earthbound.
Because you don't pay attention.
You
That's
never beat
because
Earthbound, did you?
I did beat Earthbound
You
once.
didn't recognize the final zone from this game when we went into it, so I think you didn't actually beat it.
I beat the game, man.
What happens at the end?
Oh, actually, here's one more
beat
area.
The fat kid, and you pray.
That's very vague.
But
correct, yeah. I'm letting this slide, but you're on probation.
I'm not going to say anything about this area,
I was actually playing Mother
except that it's in the
before.
game and that it's awesome.
Yay! This already looks fun. Yay!
Huh?
Well, at least these
I like
work.
the escalators. Like, it's really cool they have something like that in the game files.
And also, one last thing.
Whoa.
One,
Oh.
go in the hole.
Hold on. What does the man in there say? Does he have anything to say at all? Or I mean, no, we talked to him before. Never mind.
And this is the fiendishly
Tetris
evil-looking,
Metroid Tetris.
possibly end dungeon.
Possibly.
And I love this because this is like one of my favorite. I never liked this when I played Earthbound because I associate it with grinding for the Sword of Kings.
That was a cool dungeon in Earthbound, but yeah, all you ever did in that dungeon was grind to an absurd level trying to get that sword.
Some stuff there. But now I like this is a wicked tile site. It glows in the dark. And
Or is this like just taking
I like
copy
the
and
way
paste?
the bot, like how it's like floating.
yeah,
It's
it's
cool.
very cool. Anyways, any last questions before we finish up?
When will the finished product be done? When will I be able to play this?
I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't want to make promises. I mean, like I'm putting the game together right now. A lot of the sprite, I say about 50% of the sprites are done, and I would say that 0% of the dialogue is done.
That's my bad.
So hold on. How long? I'm not saying you've worked on this like every day, but how many man hours?
I have no idea. Don't ask me.
Years? How long?
Oh,
have you
I mean, like I've been
this
working on it
project?
on and off for about 3 years, maybe.
Okay, so to say like this would be done in like 2 years is a fair statement.
If it's not done in 2 years, it's not going to happen.
Okay.
But I don't think it would be done before the end of this year, and I don't think it would be done. I would say next year, if I had to guess.
Yeah, I think that's a fairly...
I think sometime next year.
I think beta testing for sure next year.
Yeah, I think at the very least next year sometime, there'll be something to play. Like even if it's just like the first couple areas.
Actually, you have to finish it before December, because like 2012, man.
Yeah, Mike, you don't want to deal with that. You want to run the risk.
Mine ghosts. Just wrecking shit.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the movie 2012. That would take 4 hours of your time to watch.
No, it's just like he watched that movie and was like,
I don't want to
kill
do
myself
anything
now.
anymore.
He just starts gaining weight.
Let me just reiterate that I do love Roland Emmerich, Stargate,
This is a different conversation.
Independence Day.
Anyways, I think we're done for now. So thank you both for helping me out with this walkabout.
We didn't really help that much.
I'm going to be posting it up on... well, if you guys didn't help, it'd be like me going, well, this is Mitchell going down the path.
I bet if we rewound and listened to the whole thing again, that's essentially what you did the entire time.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we just added
It's just like you say that, like, he's going on a path, and then Geoff yells like, yeah, all the way to the bank! Woo! What?
That was awful. High five again.
They
We're gonna
can't
be
see how good it
No,
was.
but they can hear it.
Okay, fine.
We're going to be
See?
posting this on The World is Square, and then we're going to be posting it on starman.net. And
I guess those guys might want it too.
it will probably syndicate it on thoseguys.tv, which is another gaming website. And yeah, that'll be about it. Thank you for tuning in. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me or comment on this video on YouTube or on The
just
World
go
is
to
Square.
youtube.com/GameGrumps. I'm Grump, he's not so Grump. And they stole their job.
No, you would be Igor. Or no, I'd be Igor.
Anyways, that is it. Thank you all, and we will see you again sometime soon.
Goodbye.